What's up guys, Ruppy here, welcoming you to week 3 of the PBAL. You'll have to forgive me, I don't have the acronym name off the top of my head right now. It's been a rather frustrating past 24 hours for me for one reason or another. Let's not get into that. What you guys are here for is my Lake Erie Kyurem 2-0, quite a start to the season. And we are hoping to continue that run, obviously, as you see my team kind of chilling in Pokemon Camp, as per usual. This week, we are taking on the Rome Empoleons, coached by Aaron, who is the commissioner of the league, and someone I've run into every now and then in other leagues, so we will see how this goes. I believe he's sitting at 0-2 at the moment, so he's certainly looking for a win, and to snap our unbeaten ways on top of that. So let's go ahead and switch on over to the chalkboard so we can see what's going on here. Also, I apologize in advance if this looks a little weird. I'm actually recording this part of the video from my laptop right now because my desktop is currently having some issues with connecting to the internet. That is the aforementioned frustration I mentioned at the start of this video. It has been a pain for more than one reason. Anyway, his roster should be appearing off to the right about now. His team consists of Melmetal, Mimikyu, Rotom Heat, Silvally, which of course can be anything he wants it to be, Dragalge, Gastrodon, Lurantis, Legenrock Midday, Vanillix, Claydol, and his Gmax Grimmsnarl. Having used Gmax Grimmsnarl myself, I can attest to how much of a pain that thing can be if you aren't prepared for it. If you are prepared, however, it's actually not that bad, as I kind of found out firsthand. Otherwise, he's got a fairly bulky team. He's got a few potentially fast threats, or fast-ish, like Mimikyu. Lycanroc, I can almost guarantee was coming just because I have Volcarona on my roster. He does not want to have the same fate befall him as my week 1 opponent, Jolty, in terms of Volcarona doing Volcarona things. He's got a couple Defoggers, few things that could potentially set hazards. Obviously, the big one that sticks out is Melmetal. I think we all know what kind of a pain Melmetal is, though I think I've got some ways around it in this game. So let's go ahead and look over my team and see exactly how I plan to do that. Starting off with a mon that was kind of robbed last week of being able to pull off sweeping shenanigans. Maybe this week will be a little different. It's Raider the Haxorus. I'm rocking a Mold Breaker Choice Band set here. Max attack, max speed, jolly nature. Because plain and simple, the idea is to bring Haxorus in, and it basically starts destroying things. End of story here. First impression is priority, and being a bug type attack, it actually hits a lot of things stupidly hard. Earthquake is nice. Melmetal really doesn't want to be taking it even with its bulk. Rotom Heat's Levitate is completely ignored by Mold Breaker. Dragalge certainly doesn't want to take it, and so on and so forth. Outrage, once Mimikyu's off the table, Outrage is pretty, well, and Grimmsnarl to some degree too. Outrage is pretty much free to start tearing giant holes in this team. Poison Jab is there for his fairies. To some degree, Lurantis as well, but honestly, I think first impression Lurantis is kind of not really looking like that big of a threat as far as Haxorus is concerned anyway, so I'll play that one accordingly. But Poison Jab will definitely help out with his 2 fairies, that being Mimikyu and Grimmsnarl. So since I'm pretty sure Mold Breaker ignores the existence of Disguise, so Mimikyu's not really going to have much room to hide when staring down Haxorus if Aaron is not careful. Moving on, we have what is probably going to be my dedicated Melmetal answer to this game in the form of Bandolier the Sandaconda. I'm running Coil Rest shenanigans with Shed Skin and a Rocky Helmet. Idea is basically simple. Coil up on Melmetal, rest off the damage, let Melmetal kind of chip itself down, hopefully Shed Skin will get rid of the sleep, wash, rinse, repeat. Earthquake and Stone Edge are pretty much the only moves I really need to kind of cover everything I would kind of need to. There are some things Bandolier kind of can't hit with this setup, but to be honest, Bandolier's main purpose in this game is basically serving as a Melmetal answer. to kind of let that thing chip itself down unless Aaron brings protective pads, which, if he does, I think Melmetal is actually a little more manageable in that regard. And just kind of going from there. Moving on, we have the Shard, my G-Max Duraludon. Maybe this set looks familiar to you, and it probably should, because this is basically the exact same thing I brought week 1, even though Duraludon actually didn't hit the field in that game. Stone Edge, Flash Cannon, Solar Beam, and Draco Meteor. My EVs are all over the place. Basically, same idea as week 1. Use the Assault Vest and G-Max to take hits. Stone Edge is there primarily for... Pretty sure it's for Rotom Heat more than anything else. I don't have the benefit of Sun in this game like I did week 1, so Solar Beam is really there only primarily for using Max Overgrowth on Gastrodon if need be, and to a lesser degree Lycanroc probably. Well, there's Claydol too. Flash Cannon and Draco Meteor are both stabs, so their max moves are going to be hitting everything stupidly hard. Duraludon kind of really can't take on Melmetal too well. That's kind of like a defensive stalemate there. But I do have the G-Max advantage because Grimmsnarl is actually not really wanting to take on Duraludon in a clash of G-Maxes, so I do have that going for me at least. Then there is Seraph, the Volcarona. You had to know this thing was going to come back sooner rather than later. Quiver Dance 3 attack set. Fiery Dance is stab and has the potential to raise my special attack. We all saw what happened with that in my week 1 game. Giga Drain is for the likes of Gastrodon and Lycanroc. Psychic allows me a way to hit Dragalge and to a lesser extent Rotom Heat. You'll notice that I do not have Boots this week, however. I am running a Charty Berry. Kind of taking a bit of a gamble here. Because, honestly, I know Lycanroc's coming. It's going to be the Volcarona answer. I know it is. It's pretty obvious. And if I get Quiver Dances up, then he's obviously going to rely on Accelerock. With 28 defense EVs and a Charty Berry, Seraph can actually live one Accelerock from Lycanroc midday and be able to Giga Drain to pretty much get most of my health back, as well as if I'm at +1 at that point, which I probably should be, since otherwise Lycanroc would have no reason to try to go Accelerock on me. He'd probably risk Stone Edge instead. But by that point... Sorry, got called away for a moment there, kind of lost my train of thought. But you basically get the idea. Seraph, the Charty Berry is there to make sure I can take a hit from Lycanroc, more so from Accelerock if I'm at +1 and outspeeding that thing. And being able to fire back with a Giga Drain and kill Lycanroc and then proceed to go from there. I know I'm running a huge risk by not running Boots since he does have some rockers. But I think if I put enough offensive pressure on him, I'm going to give him a little chance to really get his rock set up in one fashion or another. Next on the docket, finally making its PBAL debut, is Eldritch, my Dusknoir. And yes, I am running a second Choice Band user because, to be perfectly honest, Choice Band Poltergeist from Dusknoir is actually kind of nasty against Aaron's team. And he's got enough slow things that Dusknoir could actually put in a lot of work in this game. I've got Earthquake to be able to hit things like Melmetal, and to a less... well, Melmetal, Dragalge to some extent, Lycanroc, and so on. Shadow Sneak is there for priority, because the late game banded Shadow Sneak from Dusknoir is certainly going to hurt. Trick is here primarily just in case I hit a point where I feel like I can trick my band onto something, preferably a special attacker, and be able to kind of cripple it and go from there. I got a bit of speed. I was trying to speed creep Dragalge to some degree. Melmetal to a lesser extent, but definitely Dragalge. So that way I can outspeed both of those things, both Dragalge and Melmetal, and be able to land hits on them if need be and go from there. Also, I forgot to mention, Volcarona is trying to speed creep for Mimikyu more than anything else in this game as well. Mimikyu and Melmetal were Mimikyu's kind of the benchmark I was aiming for in this game. And last but not least is Pride the Virizion. I know I'm kind of leaning very physically heavy this game, but I think it'll work out if I play my cards right to kind of cut my way through Aaron's bulk. Virizion here, it's running an Expert Belt, SD3 attacks. Again, speed creeping to outspeed Jolly Max Speed Mimikyu, just like Volcarona is. Sacred Sword ignores buffs, so I can work with that. Leaf Blade is certainly something that's going to threaten Gastrodon, because Gastrodon's probably his next best answer to some things I could be bringing, like, say, Haxorus to some degree. Stone Edge is there to be able to hit the things like Rotom Heat. Basic idea. So, that is going to be that. We're going to switch back to the locker room. I apologize if this video sounded a little disoriented and discombobulated. Like I said, I've been stressed and frustrated over the past 24 hours because of my desktop computer issues. So, here's to hoping that it's not going to set us back too much and I can get focused in time for the game. So, with that said, my Lake Erie Kyurem and I will see you guys in just a moment when it's battle time. Alright, it is battle time. This is going to be interesting just because 20-minute timer aside. This double computer setup I'm kind of running right now because my desktop is still having issues connecting to the internet, etc., etc. The problem's kind of sort of starting to spread to my Switch too, so hopefully we can get this battle in without any issue. So let's go ahead and get started and see how well this is going to work out. So he is bringing Lycanroc, there's no surprise there. Rotom Heat, G-Max Grim, Dragalge, Silvally, and Melmetal. So, no Mimikyu is actually a little surprising, not gonna lie. I would not put it past him to kind of just lead with Lycanroc to try to get rocks up right out of the gate. So, honestly, in a good majority of these scenarios, I think I'm going to lead Eldrick, actually. And kind of go from there. I think leading with Dusknoir, I can probably get a big Poltergeist off on something, depending how he wants to play this. So, good luck, have fun, Aaron. And let's see how this one shapes up. Can my Lake Erie Kyurem remain undefeated? Time to see. So he's going to lead with... He goes straight Melmetal. Okay. So he is clearly wasting zero time here. And he's Aqua Berry. Interesting. So... on the plus side, that means I can just smash this thing right out of the gate. It can't kill me with a double Iron Bash, not with this spread. On the downside, though... now, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and switch to Bandolier. I'm gonna be safe about this. As he just goes straight for the double Iron Bash, which is fine. Oh, Bandolier can take that. That Rocky Helmet damage. Definitely going to start adding up now. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he switches here. I'm going to go ahead and rest, actually. Because I can do so. I should be able to outspeed this thing, even with no speed investment. He would have to be running a ton of speed on this Melmetal to even have a chance of trying to outspeed Sandaconda. And even still, yep, I'm going to be able to get the rest off, which is perfectly fine. Whether or not I actually pull this off, I am at the mercy of, whether or not I'm going to be able to pull this off, I'm at the mercy of, he's going to double Iron Bash again? That's interesting to me. And he's willing to risk all this damage. I do not get the Wake Up, which is unfortunate. I'm just going to click Earthquake, because it should kill this thing. He might kill himself to double Iron Bash if he's not careful. Actually, it might be a roll at this point on whether or not he kills me with double Iron Bash. Bandolier is going to live on one and Melmetal is going to take itself out. Wow. Okay, so that was interesting. He went full steam ahead with Melmetal and lost it to Sandaconda's Rocky Helmet, which is really interesting. So he's going to go into Silvally now. This is Silvally Fairy, which is good to note. I'm gonna click Rest just in case I wake up. He's just gonna go straight for the Rock Slide and kill me. Why Rock Slide, though? I find that one a little interesting. I lose Sandaconda, which is fine with me, because Sandaconda did the main job it came for. I find it interesting he would go Rock Slide, because that has the potential to miss. Still, I'm going to go into Eldritch now. And from here, I know he outspeeds, but honestly, I can get a big hit with Poltergeist off on something, and I'm going to do just that. He's going to Parting Shot. Okay, fair play to him on that, but still, whatever he sends in is, well, Grimmsnarl would I would think Grimmsnarl might be able to take it, but outside of that, this is still a banded Poltergeist that something's going to be walking in on here. And he is going to go Grimmsnarl. Which is fair enough. He's going to see I have a Choice Band. I'm going to reveal Poltergeist. AV Grimmsnarl. Interesting. And that still did quite a bit. Good lord. So, AV Grim. Interesting. I also realized he didn't even bring Gastrodon. I'm gonna go into Pride, actually. Because, if you want me to be perfectly honest, I'm half expecting him to go for the Fairy move right now. Or no, not the Fairy move, the Dark move on, he's gonna go ahead and max. So, this could be a bit of a double-edged sword I just walked into. If he went for the Fairy move, then I just threw Virizion away, which would suck. No, Virizion's not as useful at this point, kind of outside of maybe dealing with Lycanroc. If he goes for the Dark move, though, nope, he went Fairy move. So, I just lost Virizion for no reason. I am so sorry, Virizion. You did not deserve that. But this does put him into a position, though, where I can kind of sort of go into, yeah, I can kind of sort of go into the Shard here and go from there. I'm gonna max. I'm gonna Steel Spike because it's gonna boost my defense. And because he set up the Misty Terrain because he Starfalled, if he goes for Snooze, he's not putting Duraludon to sleep. So the Shard is actually kind of free to start getting some defense boosts here with Steel Spike and going from there. Pending how we want to play this. So I do have speed, which is good to know. That's going to be good damage off on this thing. I am going to get the defense boost, which is certainly going to help against whatever this Grimmsnarl is going to throw my way. Which is Max Knuckles, so he does have a fighting move of some kind. So on one hand, that's going to invalidate the defense boost I just gained. On the other, I think, from just judging by the damage I did initially, I think another Steel Spike kills Grimmsnarl. Let's see. Yep, that's the end of Grimmsnarl. So the Shard is sitting here at +2 defense now, as Loki's going to go down in flames. So that takes care of Grimmsnarl, which is nice. What I do next is going to depend what he does. I would not be surprised to see Rotom Heat come in, honestly. And that is exactly what he sends in. Alrighty. So I am AV, which is nice. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna go for the depletion. Try to get as much damage off from this thing as possible. Psych up Rotom Heat. That is interesting. Though not necessarily wise, because that was a special hit I just threw at it. I'm just gonna fire off a Draco, because his only fairy's off the table now. I'm AV, so I can take this overheat. So now all I need to do is... Yep, that's the end of Rotom Heat. The Shard is putting in some work this week. So that's -2 special attack, but I am at +2 defense. There goes the Misty Terrain. So this is... So I'm actually not sitting in a bad spot right now. As Lycanroc Midday hits the field now. I am up 4-3. If this Lycanroc has Earthquake, it's probably going to kill me. Let's see, assuming Life Orb. Yeah, at this point, I'm pretty sure the Shard goes down. Still, though, I'm going to fire off a Flash Cannon just in case. So he's got Close Combat. Interesting. And he is Life Orb. I did call that. That is no surprise to me. I honestly... kind of feel like I can go into Haxorus fairly free here. And I'm going to do that. I should be able to take a hit from this thing if he wants to throw a hit my way. And I definitely destroy pretty much anything he could send in with an Earthquake. So I'm going to go Bandit Earthquake and see how he wants to play this. He's going to withdraw into Silvally. Yep. Which is perfectly fine with me. Because this Bandit Earthquake... You've got some physical bulk to you. Good to know. I'm going to go back into Eldritch now. So you're a more bulky Sovali. Interesting. Are we going to see the fairy move, or are you going to parting shot? Nope, you're going to multi-attack. Which Eldritch can take. I'm an Earthquake, actually, because I have a feeling you're going to parting... Yep, you're going to parting shot. Which is fine, because it doesn't matter what you send in, it's weak to Earthquake. And a Banded Earthquake at that. So, being a -1 is actually not that bad for Dustin War right now. He goes into Dragalge. Which is going to be on the receiving end of this Banded Earthquake, even at -1. Just still gonna do so much. Alright. I'm willing to run the risk. I'm gonna stay in an Earthquake again. And I did speed creep Dragalge. That is actually huge. So Dragalge is gone. Not like Dragalge's really, So, it's just Lycanroc and Sovali he's got now. So, into Lycanroc midday. Which I know is Life Orb. I'm going to keep Earthquaking because he's going to Stone Edge. He is going to hit it. And he is going to kill Eldritch, unfortunately. That's more Life Orb chip on you. I'm going to go back into Raider now. Do I have an HP count for that? No, not off the top of my head. I'm gonna Earthquake, because I honestly think he's just gonna Excel Rock. Which is fair enough, because I definitely kill this thing with Earthquake. And all that remains now is the Sovali Fairy. Considering how much Earthquake did, I want to say I can kill this thing with a Poison Jab. But by the same token... I'm gonna go into Seraph, honestly. Because I want to be able to make that switch and switch to Poison Jab if need be. See how he wants to play this, if he predicted the switch, which... Nope, he goes multi-attack. Which does a decent chunk. I'm going to Fiery Dance to get damage off on this thing to make... Just so I can be absolutely sure that if I need to resort to Haxorus, a Poison Jab is going to kill the Sovali. And that definitely will put it in position. I still have my Charty Berry. So, he's going to hit me with the Rock Slide. Seraph is actually going to be able to live that because of the Charty Berry. And this Fiery Dance will kill, and I'm going to be able to get out of here with a 2-0 win. So, that actually worked out quite nicely for me. And that is going to be that. So, Seraph is still in kill and just adding to its kill count, which is always nice. Haxor's definitely put in some work. Dustovar did some good work this game, too. GG, Aaron. That was a fun game. Definitely back and forth all the way through. I wasn't sure how things were going to play out, especially once Lycanroc and... Well, finding out that Sovali Fairy had some bulk to it definitely caught me off guard. for a time there. But that is going to do it. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I have been Ruppy, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.